And we know that this is an invasion. This is an invasion of people not wanting to follow the rules for immigration.
That is State Assembly candidate Carl DeMaio in May telling a local news anchor that there's an invasion at the border. It's the talking point that Republicans across the country are using more and more as we head into the November election. Not only does DeMaio say there's an invasion, he also tells us what's behind it.
Because Democrats want the votes. They have no problem with a porous border.
Experts say this interview, without any pushback from the news anchor, is an example of why invasion rhetoric is so dangerous. Zachary Mueller is the senior research director at America's Voice, a pro-immigrant advocacy organization. He says invasion rhetoric is part of a white supremacy conspiracy theory in which
elite liberals are part of this cabal to bring in non-white immigrants to replace white folks, to replace their voting power, and to steal elections and undermine democracy. Now, obviously, none of that is true.
This kind of language ramped up in 2016, but it has a long history in California. In 1873, the San Francisco Chronicle published an advertisement warning of a Chinese invasion, asking readers, "What are you going to do about it?" Political cartoons from the 1880s show California as a sinking ship, falling under the weight of too many Chinese migrants. And a headline from the Chicago Tribune in 1903 says, "America invaded by alien swarm." Natalia Molina is a professor at UC San Diego. She studies the construct of race in the United States.
The use of the term invasion and just the general idea of it isn't anything new in terms of how we describe immigrants, how we frame immigration issues. It goes back as far back as the late 19th century.
Molina says anti-Chinese sentiment led to the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, essentially banning immigration from China. U.S. history is full of examples of anti-immigrant rhetoric leading to discriminatory laws. Molina uses this 1994 ad as an example. It's from California Governor Pete Wilson advocating for a measure that would strip benefits from undocumented immigrants.
They keep coming. 2 million illegal immigrants in California. The federal government won't stop them at the border.
Molina says that framing the problem as immigrants invading is counterproductive. It doesn't help find real solutions to the broken immigration system.
How you define a problem defines a solution. If you define it as an invasion, well, then it's a matter of, putting up a wall and making America strong.
She says immigration is such a complex topic that oversimplifying it distracts policymakers from asking nuanced questions.
How do we encourage legal immigration? Is our system set up even for legal immigration? At what level do we want immigration? What are the processes?
In 2020, more than $50 million was spent on anti-immigrant campaign ads. That amount more than quadrupled in 2022. And now, the 2024 election is already on pace to surpass that amount, according to data from America's Voice. Mueller says that these ads pull on people's genuine concerns about immigration.
Because it is a story that hits on their anxieties about who they are and their identity, about safety and their community safety. It hits on, concerns about, their economic security and pulling on those anxieties, which are legitimate anxieties, racializing them, saying immigrants are to blame for that.
Voters around the country should be expected to be bombarded with more invasion ads before the November election.
We can't rely on ads because the ads are designed to be inflammatory. The ads are designed to get your attention for 30 seconds.
Molina's advice? Do your own research.
We can't rely on a flyer or somebody who wants to win an election.
Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.